Your character is finally strong, but you're still spending hours running around with almost nothing to show for it. Today, we are fixing that. I'm going to show you exactly which endgame activity to run for what you need. Whether it's a specific fragment, dust, divine ingredient, or just raw efficiency. No fluff, just the systems I actually use every single day to farm smarter, not harder. Before we jump into 4 main activities, let's quickly get the big picture on how farming actually works in the endgame. Starting with the most misunderstood mechanic. Loot quality. Loot quality does not give you more drops. What it does is to improve the chance that the items that do drop are higher rarity. Legendary, mythic, divine, or draconic. Higher loot quality pushes the floor up, so that means fewer whites and blues, and expands the ceiling, better odds at really good stuff. Most of your loot quality comes from the difficulty you're running. On Apocalypse, players usually sit around 450 to 475. Some push for 500 plus, but there isn't a hard required threshold for specific items like Tier 5 Draconic. It's more of a gradual improvement. As long as you're doing Apocalypse, you will have access to ultimate Draconic equipment. While leveling, you can, and you should, gradually increase the difficulty level. Higher difficulty gives better loot and more XP, which in turn helps you level faster because you get stronger gear and more XP. But early on, speed is still more important than loot quality. Don't push so hard that you slow down your clears. Efficient farming beats perfect quality while you're leveling. Now that you understand what you're actually farming for, let's look at the 4 endgame activities and when to use each one. Champion hunts are usually the fastest option. You clear a short zone, fight one random champion, and you're done. The big advantage is the guaranteed Eternal's gift at the end. That makes them perfect when you're hunting for something very specific, whether a particular fragment or one less resource to finish a craft. Champion hunts are fast and targeted, but sometimes you need more ingredients from a specific biome. That's when you switch to a boss run. Boss runs, on the other hand, take longer, roughly 3 to 4 times the time of a single champion hunt. You clear 3 or 4 zones in a biome, then fight the biome's boss at the end. You get 2 guaranteed Eternal's gift, plus a lot of biome-specific ingredients and a good chance on a necklace. Boss runs are great for bulk ingredients, but if you want the fastest clear speed and the most loot density, that's when you go into the dungeons. Dungeons, or dungeon purifications with its official name, are the density kings. Mobs are packed together, so your clear speed is excellent. They are my go-to when I want hexes, gear, and especially dust. You get a lot of mythical items that you can sell directly for dust, one of the most important endgame resources. Dungeons are fast and rewarding, but sometimes you just want to see how strong your build really is. That's where the Test of Will comes in. Test of Will is a wave-based challenge. Every 10 waves you get to choose one of the several buffs or debuffs options. Some choices affect the whole run, others only the next wave. It's a great wave to test how far your build can push and experiment with different modifications. Plus, the loot is always great. Almost every Chaos Hunt also lets you pick fate cards at the very beginning. These are locked for the entire run and mostly come as a pair, buff and a relevant debuff. Every card also increases your loot quality, some around by 4%, others up to 10 or even 20% depending on how strong the card is. The key is picking card that fits your build and your current goal. For example, a card that increases elite enemy frequency is excellent for dungeon purifications if you're after mythic drops, because elites drop more hexes and gear. But if a card slows your clear speed too much, it may not be worth it. Test them, find what works for you, and always keep balance in mind. Those are the 4 main activities and how your fate cards affect them. Now that you know when to run each one, let's talk about the most powerful tool you have for targeted farming: Eternal's Gift. Before you start any Chaos Hunt or any activity that can drop an Eternal's Gift, you can customize what you want to get. When you open an Eternal's Gift, you're presented with 3 options: equipment, fragment, or ingredient. You only pick one as your reward, but you can pre-customize all 3 separately. This is how you do true targeted farming. For each gift family, you can set up to 2 specific parameters: You can say, I want a torso slot with accuracy talent. Then you just reroll the rest of the affixes. Or you can say torso with thorns affix, but you get a random talent. Or you can even say any gear with both thorns and accuracy. For fragments, you set the hex size, 2, 3, 4 or 5 hexes, plus the specific modifiers or skills you want. For resources, you can ask for a particular ingredient or simply choose the convert everything to gold option for fast coin farming. Let's talk about some real usage examples. If you're doing a dungeon purification and you're after dust, set the gear option to more drops and better quality. You'll get a lot more mythics so you can sell them for dust. If you're running a boss run for ingredients, set resources to bonus items. You'll walk away with way more biome specific materials. You can even force all 3 gifts to be the same category. For example, give me only resources if you don't want any gear or fragments right now. Customization is quite diverse, so experiment with different combinations and see what fits your current goal. Once you have the right ingredients and fragments coming in, you still need to manage your inventory efficiently. That's where the loot filters become extremely powerful. Loot filters work from top to bottom. Each line is a separate rule and the game processes them in the order. You can create as many rules as you want. Hide rules and highlight rules are those 2 ones. Here is a practical example. You can set a hide rule that removes all common, uncommon and rare items. This is especially handy when you're leveling, except draconic and divine pieces. Then add another condition to it to also hide the legendary and mythic items that have, let's say, chaos or defense talents. Suddenly your drops stays clean and only shows the pieces you actually care about. Highlight works the same way but in reverse. In the same filter I can say highlight any feat item with thorns plus Warcry in yellow and highlight any chest item with thorns and supernatural cold in blue. Now the important pieces literally stand out while everything else stays hidden. You might be asking what happens to the hidden items. You have 2 automated options. You can either automatically sacrifice them to the Grand Benedictor for potential bonuses, or you can automatically sell them for gold without them ever appearing in your inventory. If the Grand Benedictor is already full, the item will be sold instead. This keeps your inventory clean and your resources flowing without any extra clicks. There's an important note for fragments. Hiding fragments work with AND logic. All conditions in the rule must be true for fragments to be hidden. So, if you hide a fragment with toxic damage, fire damage and repel, a fragment with ice damage, double strike and repel will still show up, because not every condition was met. Filters do keep your inventory clean and your resources flowing. There's one more huge quality of life upgrade that makes farming feel completely different: the Divine Familiar. This is one of the first city upgrades you should rush as soon as you can unlock it. It's basically a little pet that runs around and automatically collects coins and ingredients for you while you keep on killing. It's a massive quality of life and will noticeably speed up your entire farming loop. Once you have a familiar, the next level is building up a dedicated farming character. Put on affixes like bonus gold, bonus XP, maybe even movement speed, and talents like exploration, which increases the number of ingredients you get. This character can farm for your whole account because loot and resources are shared across all characters in the same city. You might think, why do I need bonus XP in the endgame? Remember that leveling up your ancestor gives a huge permanent bonuses at level 20. With a dedicated farmer, you can level your own ancestors quickly, then level up the ones for your alts so they are ready for the moment you swap your characters. It's one of the most efficient ways to scale your entire account. That's the complete endgame farming system. Filter your loot, customize your Eternal's gifts, choose the right activity, and let the Divine Familiar do the boring work. Build the machine, then let it run for you. You now know exactly which activity to run for what you need, how to customize your Eternal's gift for targeted farming, how to set up smart loot filters, and how to let the Divine Familiar plus a dedicated farming character do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. If this video helped you farm smarter and waste less time, I'd really appreciate if you drop the like and subscribe. It tells the algorithm to show this kind of practical content to more Dragonkin players who needs it. Drop a comment and let me know. What are you farming for right now? Dusk, specific fragments, or ingredients? I read every single comment, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Next up in the Master the Logic series, we're going to tackle the city progression. Exactly what you are about to upgrade first and how to make the town work for you. Stay tuned for that one. Thanks for watching, thanks for being part of this community. Chewy, we're out.